Ta-da! Da-da-da, ta-da! Oh, do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Turn that down to there. Well, good evening. Let's say hi to some people in our chat tonight. Thank you, everybody, for showing up. We've got non-fam number one. Then we've got my good friend Jerry Knapp, 3DHP, HVAC A to Z. There's Sergio. I feel like I'm doing the romper room thing. Hey, there's Shadell 3D. Who else we got? We got Rex Waldy, another longtime supporter of the show. Teza. Did I say Shadell? I did say Shadell 3D. Golden Jaguar 3D. I was watching his stream today and on the phone, and I was so busy today. I don't know why, but I was. There's Teza as well. Hello, hello, hello. We've got Crafts by Jazzy. Hey, 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 LOL. We've got 3D Medic Vince, another longtime supporter of the show. My good friend Richard Taylor, not RT. Poor Boy Channel's here as well. 3D Prince, great to see you again. It is great to see you all again as well. There's Devin Bonzer. Do you remember Romper Room? Some of you guys may not remember what Romper Room is. It might be a little beyond you, but yeah, Romper Room was a show that was on for a long time. I used to look through a little thing, and I can see Joey. Hey, there's Newfoundland Drone Productions, or NDP. All right, so what are we doing today? Where did we leave off? We left off with getting all of our parts together for things, and we're going to continue on with putting together our gantry tonight. Hopefully, we may actually get the gantry flown tonight. I do hope we do. Am I missing anybody? No. Okay, everybody, if you could please, if you're in here tonight, go ahead and I'm sorry if my camera keeps winking in and out. I apologize for that. I don't know why it's doing it tonight, but it is winking in and out. And I'm going to go to the desk anyway, so you're only going to see my lovely hands. So yeah, we're gonna do that tonight. It's a mirror. It's a mirror. It's a mirror. Yes, this is the mirror universe. It's a mirror. Yeah, so I want to say hi to everybody. Go ahead, hit that like button if you haven't already. It does help the analytics and helps this show get seen in front of more people. We're building a Voron 2.4 R2 for those of you that are new here, and we are attempting to build it correctly. Now, our friends from 3D Lab Tech dropped by today and dropped off a proper X gantry, and the other one that I had went to Tim, so we're going to be showing you that tonight. We may not get the rail on it tonight, but we will show you how that all works. We're going to do up the arms on our y-axis. You can see I've done one already, so I'm going to do the other one with you guys on camera tonight. We are going to look and see if there's any questions. Please give me your questions about 3D printing if you want. It doesn't have to be strictly about doing this, because when it comes to this, I'm just a big old idiot. So let's get things going in the right direction. Let's go to camera one here. We've got the table. We're going to get things started. I can see what's going on. Build It Basement. Woohoo! Welcome, Build It Basement. I want to thank all of the sponsors of this show for this build, and they start with LDO Motors, BQ3D Big Tree Tech, E3D, Fadus, 3D Lab Tech, KB3D, Keene Village Plastics, or KVP, Dwit 3D Canada, and Build It Basement. All of these folks have been very instrumental in helping to get this build put together. I can't thank them enough for what they've done. I changed the lenses out today from the lens that was on there to the lens that I am using now. This lens is actually a 50 millimeter lens, so it's a little nicer. It gives me a little bit more space, and if I really have to get close, I do have another camera that I can get real close with, so not a big deal there. Shadell watching you. Ooh, somebody's watching Shadell. 3D prints That lady was using mirror frame in Romper Room. Ah, okay, that's what it was. Yes, yes, okay. 3D Prints knows what I was talking about earlier. The Poor Boy channel, I want to help. You guys know me, I like to help our community. I really, really do. And we we stream this particular series. We're streaming this series both on YouTube and on Twitch now. I'm trying to build up the Twitch a little bit, the Twitch audience. So it does help over there, and the more people I can get going over there, the better. I'm not worried about partner programs or anything like that, but I just want to start making a little bit more presence on Twitch. We have a question from Devin Bonner, actually curious, does 3D printing ever started in history? Well, 3D printing, if I'm not mistaken, started in the 70s. I don't know the complete history of it, but it started in the 70s. Snapshot FPV, help please. Oh, hello, peoples. I thought he said help please. Yeah, you can always tell when I'm like just being a goof. There we go. Yeah, so the Poor Boy channel, part of what I want to do is I want to give back to our community. And part of the way that I want to do that, let's go back to this camera for a minute before we get too deep. Oh, and that's going to drive me nuts. It's going to do that all night. That's going to drive me nuts. It's going to get dark here for a second, kids. There we go. Nope, still doing it. It's just going to get dark for a second. There we go. And now it should come back. Sometimes if I turn it off and then turn it back on, it works just fine. Task in progress. There we go. That looks like it's going to work. Sorry about that. Well, now I just feel dumb. The f-stop. F-in went out. F-in went out. Yeah. Yeah, it stopped. All right. Blackout. Blackout. Once in a while, this camera on the HDMI just wants to blink and blink and blink, and I don't know why, but Shebot says, okay, hello to you, hello to everybody, hello to everybody. I'm hope. There's Crafts by Jazza. I gotta say, I know that I tease everybody's wife that is on their streams. You know, I give a little tease to Crafts by Jazzy, and I also I tease the Poor Boy's wife a little bit, and I tease Builded Basement's wife, and but that's just kind of the way I was brought up. So it's not. It doesn't mean anything. It just means that you're a very good person, and I hope to see more of you on your significant other streams. And you know, having a female presence on streams really kind of brings things up. My wife refuses to be on stream. That's why she's never around. So maybe the camera has blinking. Okay, I can't even say that. Crafts by Jazzy. Is she innocent? Is she? She's with 3D Jaguar or Golden Jaguar 3D. She's with him, so I don't know. I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure. But but yes, let's get on to what we're doing tonight before I dig myself into such a hole that I cannot get out. Bill the Basement says he can't pay his wife enough to be on stream. And 3DHP, Jerry's wife, I have met her several times on stream. She's a lovely woman as well. You know, female presence on your stream just brings up your audience. I had a lovely young lady on my stream for quite a while, and 3DHP would remember that. Jess Corniching, who will be back with us for Maker Faire, and she's going to be in our booth at Maker Faire, and we're going to be talking a little bit about that tonight as well. Let's see what's going on here. Blinkinitis. Okay, Blinkinitis. I think FDM was started by a guy who were trying to mix a CNC and a hot glue gun. Then he commercialized and put a patent on it as the founder of Stratasys. Blinkinitis. Richard, Blinkinitis. Yes, I've got Blinkinitis. I don't think I'm blinking anymore. I think I'm okay. Well, I'm not okay, but that's a whole other issue. That's a whole other issue. And I'm sitting on my lab coat again. All right, there, I'm not sitting on my lab coat. So let's continue on. Okay, so where we got to last time was we built the X and Y idlers for both the motors, or the AB idlers for the front and the back, the motors and the idlers. I went ahead and did one earlier today, so that we could see exactly what was going on, and we've got everything sliding nicely. So now we're going to go ahead and build the other one. And what we're going to need for this is we are going to need, first of all, to go to the right camera. Yes, there we are. So we're going to need a piece of extrusion, or our other piece of extrusion. And I can't remember what length this is, but I'm not going to give you the lengths because you might be building a 350, you might be building a 250, you might be building a 300. But we're building a 300 in this case, so we have a much longer piece of extrusion. We have our, what do we call it here? We've got our linear rail, and we're going to just put that off to the side. It does look like it's got a little bit of funky gunkies on it. I'm going to get those off. I don't want those to get caught into anything. We are going to start with our M3 hammer nuts, and we need 9 of them. And I did learn a lesson today when I was doing this, so we're going to talk about that lesson in just a little bit. So we're going to just pop these in. 1, 2. Now I know I could go ahead and just do this with them. This would probably be faster. All we're doing is just putting those in and then locking them into place. Hey, there's Sid the engineer, or Sid Eng. Now I had a heck of a time earlier today when I put the other one together, and I'll explain why that happened. And a trick that I found earlier today as well. One of the things that happens with these is that you need a certain amount of space up at the front of your idler, or up at the front of your y-axis. You need a little bit more space. So we're going to space these out in just a second. What I do typically, I'm going to move over to this camera right here. Why is that camera not coming up on camera 4? Okay, maybe we're not going to go to that. We should be. Why do we not have camera 4 up there? Come on now, don't be like that. Don't be like that. We're going to remove this as well. So we got rid of that. Let's put in a new camera. Switch back to camera 1 for now. It's not going to let me switch back to camera one unless I do this. There we go. So now I'm going into here. Oh, why did I do that again? Why did I do that again? Today is not my day. Yeah, I'm telling you our equipment is working against. I agree. Camera switching. Yes, camera switching. Low volume is low. No camera? Wow, what has happened? What happened? Okay, I know why the volume's low. There, is that better? I don't know. Yeah, I agree with Kermit from the Build It Basement. Technology is not liking me today. Not at all. Yeah, Gremlins. Gremlins. It is Gremlins. Definitely Gremlins. Okay. I am going to switch to camera 2. And I'm just going to turn this off for a second. You're going to see my big head here. Ah, dang it. Dang it. Dang it all anyway. All right. Never mind. I'm not going to worry about that. Let's just go back to camera 1 here, and we'll just do it like this. I'd like to get closer to show you guys this, but I obviously can't. So, and I'm not going to futz around with it all night. Okay, so we're going to get these lined up to where we want them. These are our M3 hammer nut, or not hammer nuts, but our M3 T-nuts. And on the front, we want to be a certain amount away from the edge. And in this case, we want to be 25 millimeters away. And I've already preset this. So that's where my 25 millimeter mark is. So now I'm just going to kind of line these up a little bit. And just kind of get them roughly where I need them. I know somebody's out there cringing right now at the way that I'm doing this, but it's the only way I know how. Put you down there, put you there, and put you there. That should be pretty close. All right, so now we'll take our driver, put in some screws. And I'm not going to tighten this down totally. I just want to get this locked in there a little bit. Same thing on the back end. We'll lock that down. Then I'm just going to come back and remeasure that. There we go. There we go. All right, so let's take our alignment guides. We're going to put those on, one near the front there and one near the back. And that's going to help us align this on the rail properly. And now I'll just take my Allen key and I will just line up all of those holes with threads on there. All right. So now I'm just going to come back and I'm going to put an M3 by 8 millimeter screw in every second hole. And you're probably wondering why I'm not putting one right here at the front where I've made that 25 millimeter space. And the reason that I'm not doing that is because this is where your front idler for the AB section is going to go. going to double check this and make sure that we are still at that 25. I'm just going to double check. There we go. And I left it loose just so that I could move it around a little bit and get it lined up properly. And we'll just double check and make sure we're still there. Yep, you bet. We are still there. We'll drive that one down. Let's get the rest of our screws in. Now, LDO was kind enough to supply us with all of the motors and a hardware kit that we're using on this build. My friend Tim at Dwit 3D printed all of the wonderful parts for us so that we could do this. And while we wanted to use all of the KVP plastic, because we had dark gray and purple, we did run into a problem. And the biggest problem that we had was because for whatever reason, the purple just does not want to work properly. So it's not, or pardon me, the gray doesn't want to print properly. So we had to come up with something a little bit different. And what we decided to do was we decided that we would just print it in black and black ABS. And it looks fine. It meets the aesthetic somewhat. It doesn't quite meet what I wanted it to be. So later on, we'll go back and redo that. What's this about taking Canadian? Did I miss something? Gremlins are coming to your stream. Yes, they are. Yeah. You're getting attacked too? Yes, I'm getting attacked too. I'm always getting attacked. Canadian Shawdell, LOL. Okay. They were there Saturday. Not on my stream. Oh, on your stream. Yeah, you had problems on the Poor Boy channel. Yeah. Build It Basement wasn't live yesterday. He was recording yesterday, but he did run into problems with his recording. He lost his recording. It got corrupted, so he has to go back and take everything apart and redo it again. You take them Canadian back to your stream. Oh, come on. I'm Canadian. No, we like being in everybody's stream. Lost 40 minutes. Yeah, he lost 40 minutes. So I'm just going to go through and tighten these down. You know how to get rid of gremlins? Canadian hammer. Ah, I did not think of that. I did not think of that. Maybe that's what I need, is a Canadian hammer for my gremlins. And you know what? Speaking of gremlins, I'm going to have to change the orientation of this one. This one. Come on out. There we go. Yeah, I got to change the orientation of that one. Let's slip it in this way. There we go. There we go. Yeah, 40 minutes. That can be a real pain in the butt. Now I'm going to look down this and I want to see if I've got any light coming through that and see if this is moving in any way, because I don't want to over tighten it to change the shape of the rail, but I also don't want to have it under tightened so that there's a space between the rail and the rest of the setup. So I'm just going to go through one at a time, and I'm just going to tighten them down until I feel that they're at the right spot. I'm not going to over tighten them. And that's an important aspect of this. You don't want to over tighten them, because if you do, you're just going to ask for trouble. You may break the bolt. because these little M3s, they are so fragile. They will bust out pretty quick. And I know because I've done it. Yeah, Build It Basement's going to end up with a new computer out of this. All right. Okay, I think that is tight enough. I'm looking through. I don't see any of my tabletop through there. Maybe I do a little bit down here, down at this end. So I may have to just tighten this down just a little bit more. But not so much that it... Thank you, U.S. tax refund. I wonder what gremlins taste like. Catfish? Maybe. Maybe. I would be happy with that. So I'm looking through to see if there's any light coming through that rail. And there is not, so I'm confident enough now that I can pull off these, and that rail is not damaged in any way. Look at that. I did something right. I did something right. All right, so what do I need now? I need a couple of M3 hammers. I need some M3 hammer nuts. That's what I need, M3 hammer nuts. That's my bad Arnie impression. I know it's horrible. It's horrible. All right, let's go to this camera. All right. So Build It Basement says, have you joined the Discord yet? No. What are you waiting for? Free to join for the next 7 days. Yes, and there is a link in the chat right now. What we are doing over on the Discord is we're really trying to build up that community. And hey, there's Ray Millard. Building up the community over on Facebook or on Discord is not just for us to kind of be goofy and stupid, but it's a place for us to all come together and we can discuss our 3D printing problems. You can ask questions over there. I'm in there most days now from about 8 o'clock in the morning Mountain Time, which is 10 o'clock Eastern. I'm in there most days now, just because my job keeps me at my computer and I have Discord open anyway, so I might as well be in there and just help you guys, talk with you guys, chat with you guys, you know, answer questions about, 3D printing. And that's really what I want to do, is I want to help people, and that's the best way I know how to do it. All right, why is that sticking out? That should not be sticking out. Did I put this one on the wrong rail? No, I did not. I didn't. There's no way I did. No, they're the right. Oh, I know what I did. Oh, why am I such a dummy sometimes? Why am I such a dummy sometimes? Ay, ay, ay. You know, when you get flustered before your stream starts, it can be a real pain in the butt, because when that happens to you, everything just seems to fall like dominoes afterwards. I am known as the Poisoned Pen 3D on Discord. Okay, so now I know who Sergio is on Discord. All right. What brand are those aliens I'm using? I don't know. I'm not sure what brand they are. Oh, the Allens, you mean? I am an idiot. These are the Wera brand. These came from my friend Tim O'Coin over at Dwit 3D. He had an extra set, and he asked me if I wanted a set, and I said, sure, I will take your Wera hex wrenches. And I really like them. Like, they are awesome. They are so much better than my other set. I like the fact that they're color coded because then I can see them better. And they work really, really well. There we go. All right, so now I will stop being a goofball and I will do this right. First one that goes in is the M3. And then we are going to put in the M5, okay? Same thing on the other side. We're gonna go with an M3 first. And orientation of these nuts matters as well. So I'm gonna go back to the close-up here. So orientation of these nuts matters as well. And you can see here we have the M3 at the back closest to the rail and the M5 on the outside, and the same thing over here we have the M3 on the inside and the M5 on the outside. And that comes into play when we start to put this all together on the gantry. All right, so that is that. And this is where we put our 25 millimeters was right there. Yes. So this is where we are going to attach our front idler. So we're going to flip this over. We're going to put in 2 M5 nuts. 2 M5 nuts. Right there. Did I not take out enough M5 nuts? Obviously not. Shadell says, I'm not allowed to stop being a goofball. Okay. You guys heard it here. I'm not allowed to stop being a goofball. All right. Careful what you wish for, Shadell. But I can't sing, right? I can be a goofball, but I can't sing. Now, why don't you want to go in there? Probably because you've got a stiff ball. I'm going to put you off to the side. I'm going to grab another one. Yeah, that ball's got a little bit of spring to it. There we go. See, that one went in just nice and easy. All right. So we decided that this was the front, correct? We didn't change that orientation. No, we did not. So that is the front, because I know that this is, yeah, there we go. This is the front. Okay. So, does anyone recall how many nuts are used on the 400 millimeter linear rails 350 build? My frame arrived yesterday, LDO and better blue than I was expecting. Oh, that's always nice. Better blue than you were expecting. And let's make sure that we do this the right way as well. Because you know what? We could mess this up real easy. So this is this side. This is our A side. So this is going to be our B side, which means this is our B side. B side. There we go, B side. I'm just going to put that on. There we go. Now what I like to do, when I'm lining this up is I'll take it onto a straight edge and I'll just push it down until it stops. And then I know that I'm nice and flush with the edge here, which is what we want it to be. We want to be nice and flush with the edge right here. Okay? Okay. Okay. All right, so we're going to line those up. And we're going to get some M5 16s. And we're going to need one of these, which is for our strap later on, or our belt. And we need some M5 16 bolts to go in there. 2 M5 16 bolts, as a matter of fact. So let's go and put those in now. And there we go. Trying to keep an eye on the chat as well tonight. Yeah, our Discord is coming along. I'm really kind of happy about that. I expect this this build to be done fairly soon. We've got some things from our friends to fill in areas that we're going to need later on in case some of our products don't show up in time. And we may have that problem. And if we do, no problem. We've got our butt covered. So that's a good thing. Can I install laser graving on a CR10S Pro V2? 3D prints, yes, you can, but I wouldn't. Here's the thing about that, and some guys are just going to say that, oh, there's Richard being his paranoid self again. Maybe I'm being paranoid, I don't know. But here's how I see that. The problem with putting a laser or an engraver or anything that is not meant to be on your 3D printer, it's not a smart thing to do. And I'll tell you why. Because when you start introducing tools to your 3D printer that shouldn't be on your 3D printer, you run the risk of injury. Oh, maybe fire hazard? Yeah, that's another one. That's a big one, actually. Just dumb things like that. So I don't like those machines that have the multi-tool heads, like the Lotmax Shark. Not a big fan of it. I like the way it 3D prints. I think it does an amazing job 3D printing. But when you got to start changing out a bunch of stuff for a laser and for an engraver, what's the point? Why not, and this is just me being me, why not just go ahead and buy that tool? I know it takes up room in your shop, but you're going to get more out of a separate tool than you are if you're going to be switching heads all the time. I just think that's just a pain in the backside. But yeah, it's not my favorite thing to do. I'm not a big fan of it. So I would say yes, you can, but don't do it. So that's my fatherly advice, and I'm not your dad. G'day, Richard in chat. There's Mika Steve. G'day. Oh my, there's literally a soil tech at my job that talks like that. Guy. Maker Viking, hello. Welcome to the stream. Hi, everyone. All right, so now we've gotten this far. Let's put it together. Let's put it together. Let's see how we mess this up. Okay. I'll turn that on its back like a turtle so I can get that in there. And we'll line those up. I was I was on our Discord chat today, and hey, there's Mike Brown. Welcome, Mike Brown. I was on our Discord chat today, and I was playing some smooth jazz because I like jazz. For anybody that just thinks I'm a rock and roll nut, I am to some degree, but I do like other music like jazz, and I even have been known to listen to pop once in a while. But I like jazz, and I like what's that other form? I like rhythm and blues. I'm a big rhythm and blues fan. Those are probably my favorites. I like country. So I'm not all bad for, our friends in North Carolina. I'm not all bad. I do like country. I do like me some Merle Haggard and Johnny Cash once in a while. But yeah, I have a very wide musical taste. I think I discovered the blues and you know, good jazz. I discovered those when I was very young. And I grew up listening to my brother's records because he was a little older than I was. So he was into, you know, bands like The Ventures and Paul McCartney and Wings and Eric Clapton and while he loved a lot of music, he wasn't very musical. My oldest brother Robert, wasn't very musical. Tried to learn how to play guitar, didn't succeed very much, but he did have great taste in music, and that's something that him and I share. Is our love and our taste in music, and to be honest with you, I think that because of his influences, Kiss of course became one of my favorite bands. I'm a huge Kiss fan, but I do like listening to rhythm and blues, and I like jazz, I like country. I've been known to listen to classical on occasion, not much, but what kind of music do you guys like? Like, what do you listen to relax when you're just kicking back and maybe doing a build, or you're printing, or you're just hanging out playing a game, or you know, what do you like to listen to when you go out with the wife? I mean, I'd be curious to know. Curious to know. I love Mozart, 3D Print says. Awesome. I do like me some Mozart once in a while. Kansas, all day. Kansas, what a great band. Love Kansas. Absolutely love me some Kansas, pardon me. Smooth sounds of Rich and the Steppers. I'll see if I can get a recording contract for me and the Steppers. Me and the Steppers. I'm a rock and roll guy. When I was learning how to play music, I learned how to play drums. That was my instrument of choice. I've tried to learn how to play guitar and things like that. I'm not very good at guitar. I've tried to play piano. Not very good at piano. So yeah, yeah. All right, now we've got those put together. We've got that done. We are moving on to that. We've done that. All right. All right. Oh, this is what we're building now. All right, so we can put this aside for a few minutes, and that's what we're going to do. We've got these moved nice and smoothly. Yep, I'm happy with that. Ooh, I don't want that to go. Oh, that won't come off. There's the blockage there. So, all right, so let's just kind of set that out of the way for a few minutes. I'm going to set it like this. I think that's a better way of setting it. Let's just set it like that. Okay. So now we need some other parts. I have these wonderful little bags and boxes and stuff here. So we need these two parts right here. And that part, we're probably going to need these guys tonight as well. And maybe even these. Maybe even those. And I'll grab these just in case I need to use them tonight. Are these the big ones, or are these the little ones? I'll take them all out just in case I need them. Okay. "3D Life, welcome. Build It Basement, are you East Coast? Welcome. Canadian bands. What were my favorite Canadian bands growing up? I would say Rush for sure. You just can't get more Canadian than Rush. I was also a big Triumph fan. Triumph was one of my favorite Canadian bands growing up as well. Chicago I do like Chicago. Oh, but 3D prints. Hello, I forgot. Hello from Chicago, Illinois. There we go. The poor boy. Don't tell my wife, but I may have to build a 2.4 in the future. Yeah, just don't follow my instructions, because you might get it wrong. All right. So we need to put some nuts in these. Let's find some nuts. Where's our nuts? Let's turn around and get some nuts. And there's some nuts. I like the dead south from your part of the world. I'm not sure where the dead south is. Hey, there's Fusion Lit. Or Fusion It. Fusion Lit. Fusion Lit. Fusion It. Yeah, my southern accent is pretty hillbilly for sure. I'm a Canadian trying to sound like I'm a hillbilly. That doesn't always work. Come on. Oh, you rotten son of a gun. Two of them. Two of them. Dirty rotters. Dirty, rotten. Rotten little things they are. Rotten to the core, I tell you. They are rotten. Just like that Harry Potter. Very, very rotten. Bluegrass band from Canada, Richard. A bluegrass band from Canada. There's a few bluegrass bands. I don't know many of them. To be honest, I'm sorry. I may know some if you tell me who they are. But yeah, I don't know a ton of bluegrass. Grassy grass, bluegrasses. Okay, I want to make sure I orientate these things right so I get them correct. I may have to back this out a little bit so I can see what I'm doing. I need the one with the little notchy notch in it. That would be this guy right here. All right, let's put this out of the way because we're not going to need anything out of there at the moment. But we do need to get the one with the notch first, because now we're going to finish doing some idlers. So let's go back to this camera here. Put those aside. Oh, the dead south are from Canada. Okay. I am an idiot. Too late. I just told on myself. Well, Richard told her. Oh, well, sorry. 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 That's okay. She'll let you do it. Your wife loves you. She'll let you do it. Wives are good that way. Wives are amazing. My wife is amazing. My wife puts up with a lot of crap from me. I'll be perfectly honest with you. She puts up with a lot of my crap. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but she puts up with a lot of my crap. And she will tell you that she puts up with a lot of my crap. And sometimes I'm very sorry that I put her through so much of my crap. So, sorry, didn't mean to tell on you, sorry. All right, let's take that. We're going to put in a M5 by 40 down in there. M5 by 40 in that hole right there. I believe that's the way that it goes. Sometimes you got to work these screws in here a little bit. Sometimes you just got to work them in. They're just not quite loose enough. That one's perfect now. All right. So what do we need? We need a shim. A shimadim. I'm feeling kind of goofy tonight, so I'm sorry if it seems like I'm on drugs, but I'm not. I haven't even been drinking tonight. For anybody that cares, I don't know if you guys care or not, but I'm going to tell you anyway. My drink of choice is Jack Daniels. I'm a Jack Daniels drinker. I'm not a beer drinker. I never have been. When I was a young man, I drank a lot of beer, but I'm not a huge beer drinker at all. It's just not my, I don't know, what's the word, cup of tea? It's not my cup of tea, as it were. So this is supposed to go on like so. That doesn't make any sense. There we go. That goes on like so. There. And we'll just tighten that up. Well, we've got that put together. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on. Don't mess things up. There we go. The bolt is just not grabbing that quite enough yet. Come on now. You want to grab that. I know you do. I don't have anything small enough to kind of poke in there to keep it down. You goofy kids, keep it down. Did your parents ever say that to you? Did your parents ever give you a hard time? I think everybody's parents gave them a hard time. Why are you not grabbing? Why are you not grabbing? Let's see if we can find something that'll keep that in place for us. See if we can grab that little bolt right there. That way we got something to push against. Something to push against. There we go. Am I grabbing it? I think I am. I will know if I'm grabbing it if this starts to go in and then stops. Well, it might help. I am such an idiot. Oh. You want to know what I did? I have the wrong hex wrench in my hand. It's just spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning. I need a number 4, not a number 3. I could have been sitting there all night just spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning. Look at that. Oh, it grabs that nut. If you're an idiot and we're watching, what does that make us? It makes you people that like to watch a comedy show happen, because that's my story and I'm sticking to it. I think you guys like comedy. Right? You like comedy? Sure you do. You do that all the time to your wife just to see her dance. This is the police. Give yourselves up. We will not hurt you or maim you. Yeah. The Police. That's another band I liked. Every breath you take, every mistake you make, the internet will be watching you. See, I changed that just enough so that I wouldn't get demonetized. See how that worked? This way I don't get demonetized. I'm not going to totally tighten that down yet because I got this one to put in yet, which goes in over here. Joe's Garage. It was a quote from Joe's Garage. Yes, it was a quote from Joe's Garage. You are absolutely correct. And who was Joe's Garage? Well, that was Frank Zappa, the one and only Frank Zappa. All right, so I have that one together. Now I need an M3 by 40 or an M5 by 40 and my 20 tooth idler, which I had here earlier. What did I do with it? I had you. Where did you go, 20 tooth idler? Oh, right in front of me. The late, great Frank Zappa. And now it calls for another M5 by 40. This has got to be like super boring for you guys. I don't understand how people can watch this. Like is this boring or not boring? Or you just guys like to see me make a fool of myself? Well, everybody likes to see me make a fool of myself. So, let's just drop that in there. There we go. That's got to move freely. Now let's give these a little tighten. Parts have nice quality. They do have nice quality. Tim did an amazing job on these. And he printed these off using, I think he said he printed these off all using the P1P without, and get this, without an enclosure. He did an amazing job on these. Like, they're just frickin' beautiful. Call me crazy, but they're frickin' beautiful. They're just frickin' beautiful. See, I won't get demonetized now because I said frickin'. Oh, I said frickin'. So now we're gonna take another M5 by 40. Stick it up through that hole. Boop, just like so. Let's grab a couple of our shims because we're gonna need those. Bloop, come on, 2 shims. We're gonna be moving on to electronics on this thing pretty quickly, I think. Bloop. And first one flange down. Next one flange up. 3D Experiments says, I'm just lurking. He's a lurking. He's just lurking. Come on, get in that hole. Don't be a falling nut. Nobody likes a falling nut. I do. That's a great little pun. I do like these Allens so much, I'm gonna wear them out. I love them. I do loves them. Yes, I loves them. Now, is that going in that? That is going in that hole. Look at that. I love my wearers, and I thank Tim for my wearers. Oh, there is Dwit, Canada. Look at that, he showed up. He did show up. Where am I gonna go with this now? Ah, ha, 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 ha. Where am I going to go with this now? I'm aware of what's going on around me because I'm using my aware nut drivers. Oh my God, the puns are getting bad now. You guys don't have to listen to me. You don't have to listen to me. I'm not your Donald Trump. Oh, did I say that in my outside voice? I'm sorry, I did not mean to offend anybody that was a Trump fan. That's a good way to get demonetized. Talk politics on a 3D printing channel. That'll do it. And we'll just we'll snuggle those up so much. Boop. Now the comedies are ruling. Oh, I don't know if I'm not funny anymore. I used to be funny. That actually sounds stupid to say. I used to be funny. That does sound stupid to say, doesn't it? All right, so we have our last one to put in. And come on, get in the hole. You know you want to. You want to get into the hole. There you go. Okay. So we've been talking about our Maker Fair here in Calgary, which is happening soon. And the battle of the 3D printers, which will be coming up in that particular event. You may want to get your tickets and place your bets because it's the P1P going up against the Voron built by me. And for anybody that doesn't know, this Voron is a build in honor, and some of you may know this already, but this is a build in honor of my friend who passed away, Peter Reynolds. I know I talk about him every stream, but he was just that important to me, as you know, a lot of you guys are. You know, I've cultivated relationships with a lot of you guys. Dwit, you know, I can't say enough good things about that guy. You know, whenever you're in need of something, he does his best to try and accommodate you, and it just is he's an amazing man. He's got such a big heart, much like I do. He wears his heart on his sleeve. Knowing him for as long as I have, I can always tell when he's stressed out, and I don't know if he likes that or not, but I can always tell when he's stressed out. And it's okay to be stressed out. Everybody gets stressed out, but he did do a friggin' fantastic job on printing all of these parts on the P1P. So now I'm really worried about how the P1P is going to go up against my Voron. I'm upset now. Thanks, Tim. I'm upset now. I try. All right, what are we doing next? Okay, we got that built. Oh. Now it's time to Now it is time to do our X gantry. Before we go and do this, we must do this. Now, here's the problem. I haven't cleaned the X rail yet. So, you guys want to see me wiping my rail? Because I could certainly go and wipe my rail. I think that's what I'll do, is I'll open up the rail and we'll clean it up as best we can. And we'll squirt some juice into it. We're going to do this the wrong way. Well, maybe it's not the wrong way. Maybe it's just a way. Sexy. Yeah. Now you want to see me take it out of the plastic. Here we go. Ooh, we're taking it out of the plastic. Oh, yeah. That is greasy. Greasy, greasy, greasy. All right. So, Miss Greasy, well, we're going to get out our greasy rag. And we're going to get out some paper towel, because I know we have some. We're going to get this out as well, some alcohol. Not the kind that you drink. Let me just grab my jug of water here. There we go. Back in the day, I used to run old BBS. Wow. Old BBS. That brings me back. That really brings me back. Okay, so I'm going to put down some paper towel. I like these Select-A-Size. Now I know I should be soaking this in pot of some sort, but I don't have a pot to put it in, so I'm going to very carefully drop some of this on there. I'm going to move it back and forth and work it through, try and get out some of that grease. I'm going to use my cloth here to get that off. Now, see these, you got to watch these little bumpers, they come out. Let's get that out of the way. Watch those little bumpers so that they don't completely come off. This one was not nearly as greasy as the first one I did. First one I did was super greasy. It actually is moving quite nicely, to be honest with you. I'm just going to kind of work out whatever's in there. Silver Springs Exchange. Back in the day, okay, I saw that one. Commodore 64C, wow. With that old dial-up, were you on AOL for your dial-up? What were you on for your dial-up? I would be curious to know. I'm gonna grab my little syringe. And we're gonna dump some of this in there. enough. AT&T. Oh. AT&T. Clean off this edge. Clean off that, because we know that the wiper is going to get in there. And let's just slide this back and forth and lubricate our balls. Oh, that moves nice. That's going to move really nice. Now that we've got some lubricated balls, we'll just clean up the excess so we don't have a big mess. We have lubricated balls. We have a clean wiper. And now we'll just get out the excess. Now, you guys will have seen this now. You remember the last time you saw this? It was actually mobile. It was a Mobile X, and there wasn't really enough to finish everything I had to finish. So what I did was I took the Mobile X out. I mixed it with some lithium grease, which a couple of people have told me works just great, and it'll help to keep these moving. And yeah, now it's now I've got some left over for another build, I think. Oh, that just moves nice. I'm happy with that. I would piss off my wife because for a few hours every day, she couldn't use the phone. Yeah, I remember those dial-up days? Man, you couldn't use the phone, and if somebody picked up the phone, it ruined everything that you were doing, especially if you were downloading something. Like, that just ticked me off to no end. I would get so upset. So upset. So I'm just going to use my Q-tips or cotton buds or whatever you want to call them. Clean out the excess, clean off the excess. We don't have a lot of that in there, if any. And there we go. All right. So that rail is now done. Simple, easy peasy. Put that off to the side. Now, how many holes do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And how many holes do we have on here? 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 holes. So for all the holes, we got a screw for every hole. So, what screws are we supposed to use on this? I think we're supposed to use M3x8s, if I'm not mistaken. This MGN rail. Am I not mistaken? Yeah, M3x8s. That might add a little bit of weight to this. I'm not sure. But, and I don't think that we have to put one in every hole. I don't think we do. But I'll get a couple started here. Tim was by earlier, dropping off more parts for me for the next stage of our build, and we actually compared the weight of this to the original one, and this one, this gantry just feels like there's nothing there. Literally, it feels like there's nothing there. Now, do these fit on here? They do to some degree. They do. All right, so that's going to center that up. Let's get the other one. Pop this one on. Okay, so let's go and put a screw in every second hole, because I don't think we have to do every hole, do we? Every second one, okay. And we want to be careful that we don't strip these out, because that could be a problem. Boom. Okay, so I got 2 in the center, but I want to do the ends. For sure I want to do the ends. I guess I should have done this the other way around. That's no problem, I can change that. Bloop. Let's take that one out. We'll move it to the end. Let's watch Richard screw things up. I like that battery screwdriver. Me too. And I blame Dwit 3D for telling me about his little one, so I had to go and get one. It does things so fast. It makes things go. It makes things go. Boom, boom, ba-dum, boom, boom. Me likey. Me likey. If I do it like that, you know what? Just because I'm anal, I'm going to do this. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. Hello, welcome to the Village Idiot Show with your host, Richard. I found this on Amazon. It was like 16 bucks or something. It wasn't expensive at all. Was not expensive at all. The problem with the 300 is that the number is uneven. Oh, what the heck happened there? Geez, all my screens just went dead. Freaked me out. Freak me out, man. So there's 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to put this one in the center. What the heck? What the heck? There we go. All right. Let's give these a little bit of a tighten, not too much, because we don't want to strip them. Because if we strip them, we could be in real trouble. And we don't want that. Now do it. Yeah, this thing charges through USB-C. And yeah, I think it was only around 16 bucks. It was super cheap. It came in a really nice plastic case with bits. But the beautiful thing about it is that it fits the bits. It fits my bits for the my iFix-It kit. It fits all those bits. So now I can take that off, and I can take that one off. No wiggle in that whatsoever. That's a great channel name, The Village Idiot. I bet people would love Village Idiot. You know what? Maybe we might have to do a channel called The Village Idiots. How would that be? Yeah, let's do that. All right, so now we've got our X gantry with its rail on. Feels a lot heavier now. Actually, it feels about the same weight as the other rail does, which is kind of weird. But okay, so we got that on there. We're just going to push that aside for now. Let's get rid of the Q-tips. And they are actual Q-tip brand. Hey, there's Miriam 83 OG. There we go. Mayhem 83 OG. He's over on our Twitch stream. Thank you very much for joining the Twitch stream. What band is that battery screw? What brand? Oh, what brand? This is called Precise Electric Screwdriver. So PRECISE is what it is. It has a little light on it. So you can see there's a little light on it. You can turn it on and off. This is the one with the higher torque. It charges through USB-C. It has an indicator light here for when you're charging, when you're done charging. I feel like a bot. You are a bot. I'm going to get that automated so that people can go to the Discord. But yeah, that's it's a nice little screwdriver. I think it was only about 16 bucks on Amazon. And that's Canadian, so it might even be less in the US. Less in the US. All right, so we need these guys. These two guys right here are our inserts that we need to go into our rail so that we can mount it properly. So what we have to do first is these ultralight rails come with some heat inserts, and two will go into the top and one will go into the bottom. And I hope that my iron will be okay to put these in. I hope. But mine is bigger than yours. $12.50 US. And there you go. Listen, we're not in the locker room and we're not going to compare sizes, okay? It's how you use it. That's right. That's right, Dwit. It's how you use it. So we're going to break out our next little tool here. I just want to see. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that'll be fine. We're going to turn that on and heat that up because we're going to have to heat that up. So we'll let that get heated up. I'm still in the process of moving around cameras a little bit here and organizing lighting a little bit more. My lighting's not quite where I want it yet. I had to put a big soft box right here just so that I could have some light on the table, so when I had a camera on it, you guys could see it properly. So yeah, it was interesting to say the least. Now, where is this one going to go? So this one is going to go on the inside, not the outside. If I'm looking at this the right way, so it's going to go here. So you're going to put two on top, and then you're going to put one in the bottom, right there. So we just happen to have two left. So we're just going to wait for that to heat up. In the meantime, let's take a look at what's going on in chat. Now, don't be so hard on yourself. I'm always hard on myself. That's just me. That's just me. When you get older, you tend to be either harder on yourself or not so hard on yourself. I don't know which one it is, but can I put up a link, please? Let me see if I can find it. Let me go over here. Go to Amazon. Oh, Amazon. I knew a girl that was like that once. She was in Amazon. Let's go to my orders. Boom, boom, boom. Sign in. There we go. Build It Basement has it. Which one did I? This is the one that I got right here. All right, so I'm gonna grab that, copy that, copy that. What the heck just happened? My computer's on, but all of my screens just went dead. Oh my God. All right. So there it is. There's a link to the screwdriver that I bought. It's an upgraded 28-in-1 mini electric screwdriver, precision powered driver set, portable magnetic repair toolkit with 3 LED light, USB cable, 0.45 to 0.5 nanometer electric torque for phones, watches, tablets. Oh, it says $39.99 in Canada, but I know I didn't pay that for it. I think I got it on one of those one-day sales for like 16 bucks. I know I didn't pay 40 bucks for it. I paid less than half for it. But that's the one that I bought. I think I got it on a one-day sale. That's why it was so cheap. Yeah, I got mine on a one-day sale. You know how they have those flash one-day sales? That's probably when I got it. So, sorry. I'm sorry. 3D prints, 25 bucks US. Yeah, if you can find them on the one-day sales, they're great. They're absolutely great. All right, let's go and see if we've got enough heat to put this in now. Are you moving? I was told I might have too much weight on my iron. I don't think I got too much weight on my iron. I think I have just the right amount of weight on my iron. Oh, you look at that. Now, don't touch the brass. It's hot. Don't touch the brass, kids. It's hot. I'm paying attention to this, so I'm sorry if I'm not paying attention to you guys. I'm sorry. There we go. So we'll come back to that to do the other side in just a few minutes. You know what? I was being a bit of a smarty, and I have a tile here that has some dried on glue, but I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it on the tile to pull that heat out. Yeah. All right, before I move on, let's have a look. I just converted the dollars. I have Jake me. It's okay, not great. Hey, there's Maker Mill, right? Well, hello there, stranger. Hello. Good night, everyone. It's been a 4:30 a.m. wake-up time. Oh, good night, Sergio. Have a good night. My banner isn't scrolling anymore. More gremlins. Son of a gun. Why is my banner not scrolling anymore? Let's just take the ticker off for a second. Let's do this. I can see it scrolling. There we go. Hey, that's me. You guys know who that is. And we didn't do this. Let's put that up on the screen. See if that one comes up. There we go. Let's go back to our ticker. There we go. Should be scrolling now. Okay, I'm just going to rub that down a little bit. Mike Brown, did you print your soldering station? I did print this. And Dwit 3D saw one of these. We had been discussing it for a while. He saw one, found the files, and we both printed one. And I used leftover parts from old printers that I had around here. So everything, I didn't really have to buy anything for it except for the counterweights, and I didn't pay for those because Tim brought them over. He went and got weights for his, so he got enough weights for mine as well at the same time. So, what made you decide to choose the Voron more than the Rat Rig V-Core? Pierre's asking. I had built a Voron before, so I was used to the way that it goes together, I suppose. And I just like the way that everything worked out on it. So, and then I also helped Peter build his Voron, and had a great time doing that. So it was kind of an easy choice for me, I guess. Now, come on, why are you not going in there? Because your hole's not big enough. That's what she said. Okay, and of course I don't have a reamer here. So we're just going to do this with a pair of scissors. I'm pulling a Tim. Use what I've got around me to open up that hole. There we go. Now that's sitting in there. Let's go and dump that down. You guys have seen people put in inserts before. Let's go to camera 1 here, and maybe you guys can see this a little bit better. I don't know. Let's try and do it like this. You guys can see what I'm doing here. So I'm just using very little pressure to put this in. I'm not going crazy with the pressure. I don't think you need to, but you do want to put it in straight, or as straight as possible. Ouch. Hey Rich, don't touch that, it's hot. I'm just gonna, that one seems to be a little bit high on one side, so I'm just gonna force it down. Heat it up and force it down a little bit. Still a little high. There we go, that's better. Okay. So you could use a tile underneath these things. Might make your life a little bit easier. That way you wouldn't burn yourself or your table underneath like I almost just did. There we go. Just give that a little bit of heat. There, that's much better. There we go. Yep. There we go. That looks pretty nice on that side. And we got one more to do here. So let's take our scissors and do this. That's very cool what you're making. Yeah, this is a new ultralight X-rail that's on here. And you know, the reason I'm doing this build is not just because I'm doing it in honor of my friend Peter, but I'm doing it also because I had planned to do another build like this year, because I think it's important that as we venture into our journey into 3D printing, and this is where I'm going to become a little bit, I guess, a little bit philosophical. I believe it's important that we all learn how to build our printers, and we learn more about what our printers can do. Hey, there's KB3D. Hello, sir. Hello. We were talking about you earlier, or at least I was. KB3D is one of the sponsors of this build, and I want to thank Chris over at KB for his generosity in, you know, trusting a guy that he's never seen before. Of course, me. He didn't know me from Adam, and he heard about what I was doing and reached out and was very, I thank him very much for his contribution to this build to help getting it done in honor of my friend Peter Reynolds. All right, so what we got to do with these now is we have to insert them into these sides and line them up. Boom, boom, boom. And remember that when you're doing this, you want to make sure that the two inserts are facing up and the single insert that you did is facing down, okay? So we're going to put this one in this side. There we go. Try and get them in as straight as possible. Now it looks like I'm catching on something here. So I'm going to just use a little bit of pressure. I don't want to catch this on anything. And I don't want to use a hammer, as many of you like to think I like to use. I see exactly where it's catching. It's catching on that bottom one. That bottom one is not sitting in there enough. So let's just heat this up a little bit again. There's a little lip on this bottom one, so I'm just going to sink this a little bit more. But Chris from KB, I can't say enough good things about him. You know, just coming on board and just wanting to help out with this build. I mean, that was, to me, that was amazing. And you know, for people I've never worked with before, and then looked at their websites, 3D Lab Tech was another one, who has been instrumental in helping me get this thing done and off the ground, with stuff that I needed that just wasn't available. And I know I've got KB3D, Chris from over at KB, arranged for Lineo to do a special wiring harness for us, and we have that coming. So I'm stoked about that. I can't tell you how stoked I am about that. Now that's a little plastic kind of buckled up around there, so I'm just going to scrape that away. And I'm going to go ahead and insert this one. Ouch. There we go. There we go. All right. We're all lined up. Good to go. Good to go. Glad I did. Did the harness arrive? Not yet. It's scheduled to arrive tomorrow. Poor boy, I think if you can afford it, go to Murph. You will enjoy it. I've never been to Murph, but I've had several friends who have gone, and man, they say it was an amazing experience. I can't afford to go to Murph this year, so I'm not going to go. So we're going to go ahead and continue building this section, and we're going to slide that in there. Come on, baby. Come on. This thing is so, just feels so fragile. I don't want to bend it. There we go. Now we're in place. Now we're in place. Just feels like I'm gonna twist it, and I don't want to do that. Ugh, that's a little nerve-wracking. But it's an ultralight rail, so we're good. We're good. All right, so let's grab some M516s. And we're going to put those M516s in, and that would be those guys on the top. We'll get those ones situated. I love this community, man. We have the greatest community in the world. I don't care what anybody says. Are you doing any more unboxings? I will be, yep. We're going to be unboxing a couple of things for this build yet. We have a couple things that we're going to unbox for this build. We still have the LDO, or pardon me, the new clicky probe that we're going to be putting into this build. This is the clicky probe on the PCB. So we're going to be showing that off. We're going to be putting in the Manta M8P. We're going to go through a whole, I'm probably going to spend one night just going through that board and showing you what that board is capable of. And then we will move on to the next section. All right, let's go ahead and put this side on now. Come on. Come on, there we go. There we go. That looks like it lines up perfectly. Look at that. You might almost think I knew what I was doing. Yeah, my background music does sound like it's pretty much done for the night, doesn't it? Oh well, I'm not worried about the background music. I could turn it off. It wouldn't bother me at all. I could turn it off for the night. But yeah, I think this is going to be an interesting setup in respect that this ultralight gantry, we're going to see how much it's going to be able to take when we put it into the machine, because it's got to do a few things. It's got to take the weight of that whole tool head, and the ladder design on this should be fine for that. And yeah, dummy, what did you do? Dummy. I put ones that are too long in this side. Yes, I did. I need that guy. So these come out. Frick. I just put them in there too. No, the dead. As in grateful. Yes. He means the Grateful Dead. Oh, yeah. The music that you're hearing in the background, that is all music that I found for free in the YouTube library, music library. And you can use the music in that library for free. You can download it to your computer. You can download, I usually use the ones that don't have attribution to them, so I don't have to mention the artist. Not that that's a bad thing, because I think artists should be, and this is just me being me again, but I think artists should be, should have the right to to, wow, that just barely goes in there. I think artists should be recognized for the work that they do. So I'm a big fan of supporting musical artists. I'm sure we'd enjoy it, but it just isn't in the cards at the moment. I'm assuming you're referring to going to Murph. Poor boy. Well, I guess that grabbed just fine. Okay, well, that grabbed just fine. Just give that a little tighten. Gotta take these ones out because I forgot something. I forgot something. Golly, I forgot something. Wheel Sarge. Who remembers the Andy Griffith Show? Probably some of you guys do. Some of you guys might be too young to remember the Andy Griffith Show. So this big old dummy forgot to put this on before he went and screwed all that together. Big old dummy. Hi, my name's Richard, and I'll be your big old dummy for tonight. King of the Hill. Gomer Pyle, LOL, yep. Don Knotts. I'll tell you what. And there we go. The Gantry is almost done. We just have to put in 2 more bolts. And that would be the M530 with 2 shims. Mayberry is right here in North Carolina. Ooh, Mayberry. I honestly don't mean to make light of people's love for Mayberry. I get a kick out of the South. I really do. I get a kick out of the U.S. I've been there many times, and I've been to many places in the U.S. It never ceases to amaze me how people feel about sometimes different countries in the U.S. And it's not a bad thing. They just don't know. And I understand that. I get it. Not everybody knows what happens in Canada. I get that. Canada's a weird place. Oh yeah. That went in nice. So what we're doing here is we're just putting in some M530s right now. I'm in Van City. Where are you? I am in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. That's where I am. Great White North. You guys might remember SCTV, Doug and Bob McKenzie. On that was our SCTV was kind of our version of Saturday Night Live back in the day. They were a Canadian comedy troupe that did a lot of stuff, and they were fun. I found them funnier than most other comedy shows that were on the air, like variety comedy shows. But just because I like Joe Flaherty and the rest of that cast, I just found them to be a little bit funnier, the Doug and Bob McKenzie stuff. I thought that was pretty funny stuff because, being a Canadian and them making fun of Canadians because they were Canadian, you'll hardly ever hear me use a. I never say, or on occasion I will say a. Dude, next time I'm in town, we should do a collab. Yes. Maker Millwright? Absolutely. Come to Calgary. I'm happy to. I really want to hear you say in Almond's voice, get to the extruder. Oh, in Arnold's voice, get to the extruder. Get to the chopper. So we're going, hurry, get to the extruder. There we go. We're going to get to the extruder faster. Faster. You can do it. Don't be a girly man. There you go. Well, you guys, I have to leave. 3D Prints, thank you for coming by and watching my foolishness. Yeah. Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you for coming by. We're going to get to the extruder. I am the governor. I like to 3D print. There we go. All right. I'm going to stop being an idiot now. No, I'm not. Been fun, Snapshot. Okay. Why do I let you guys talk me into this stuff? I don't know. I don't know why I let you guys talk me. I didn't get as far as I wanted to tonight, but our 2 hours are up here. So what we're going to do, we'll continue on this next week on Tuesday. We'll get this X gantry mounted to our frame. We'll get our frame loaded into our XY gantry loaded into our frame. We'll get those belts on and we'll go from there. So I'm going to be back here on Sunday with Ask for Help. As I said, I'll be back here on Sunday with Ask for Help, and that's at 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 4 p.m. Eastern, and 1 p.m. Pacific. So that if you'd like to come by and ask questions about 3D printing, that's what that show is all about. I used to do a thing called Coffee with Rich, and we used to just talk about 3D printing. And it was a lot of fun, and it just developed into Ask for Help, and now every week I try and help you with your 3D printing problems, whether that be on using hardware, software, or filament, or resin. I have resin printers as well, so I can answer questions about printing with resin as well. So that's what I try to do every week. Sometimes it just becomes a hangout session. I'm trying to come up with a topic for this week, and I was kind of contemplating whether I should be continuing on with this build on Sunday because I didn't have a topic today, and I usually have a topic by now. So I don't know. Do you guys want me to continue on with the build on Sunday, or do you want just the regular Ask for Help? And we can do that too. It's neither here nor there. So I will do whatever you guys decide you'd like me to do. If you want me to continue on with the build on Sunday, we'll do that. If not, we'll do our regular Ask for Help on Sunday. I'm still working on getting that Hero Me Generation 7 video finished. I have some parts done. I don't have it all done yet. There's some things I want to do, so we will work on that as well. Hopefully that was supposed to be out yesterday, but I got tied up at work. Yesterday was kind of a busy day. Today was kind of a busy day. And Crafts by Jazzy, go take care of that fine young man that you have and those fine kids that you have. And we will see you, your gorgeous face again on next week when Golden does his show. Yes, because I know you're always in his chat because you moderate his chat. So yeah, Crafts by Jazzy. We hope that we will see your beautiful smiling face over there. Yes, continue the build. Snapshot FPV says, do the build. What do you guys think? Should we just continue on with this build on Sunday, or should we do a regular Ask for Help? I want a couple more yeses or nos. We've got 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Poor boy says yes, so that's 2. I know there's more than just a few people. Anybody else? Continue with the build. Golden says, if you build it, they will come, the poor boy channel says. Morgan says, build. Hello, Morgan, I missed you. I say continue, KB. Yes, build it. Yes, yeah, okay. Teza. All right, then on Sunday, we are going to continue our build on the Voron 300 2.4 R2 dedication build for Peter Reynolds. Morgan, you should call me sometime. You have my number. Call me. If you build it, we will watch, Snapshot says. Okay, that's what we're going to do. Ask for Help is not going to be on this Sunday. Instead, we are going to do episode 6 of our build, and we'll get this done, and we'll get all that gantry. We may actually run a little bit long on Sunday. Instead of doing the 1 hour, we may go 2 hours just to get in everything that I want to get in. And then we are on to building the exciting stealth burner on Tuesday. Then we should be right there. We'll be doing the stealth burner on Tuesday. Morgan, if you don't have my new phone number, just reach out to me through Facebook and I'll give you my new phone number. So yeah, likes are free. Go ahead, hit that like button. I really would appreciate it. Clockwork 2, yes, we're going to be using the Clockwork 2. Build a Tholon, 1900. It will be at 1400 my time, so that will be 1600 your time. So 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, which will be 4 p.m. on the East Coast and 1 p.m. on the West Coast. And for those of you guys that are overseas, I don't know what time it's going to be over there, probably nighttime. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But we will see you guys on Sunday with a brand new episode, and I hope to see you there. Remember that the first layer is always your foundation to a great build. I appreciate you all coming by tonight. Stay healthy, stay safe, and we'll see you guys on Sunday we're going to continue on building the Voron 2.4. Okay, that sounds like fun. I think that's fun. See you then.